Hi, Mark Fitzpatrick here with Arla Real Estate. I hope you're doing well. Hope you had a great summer. Yes, it's basically over. It's August 30th. Kids are back in school. College football last night, NFL next weekend, and soccer leagues around the world have started a few weeks ago. So exciting times, exciting fall. As part of my monthly newsletter, I want to start doing a video portion consistently. It allows me to have a little bit more context, especially, you've ever sent a message out before, a text or an email, and you said, I hope they get that. So I want to make sure you're getting it. So anyway, let's get to it. This one might be a little bit longer because I want to explain something that's a massive shift in terms of how we have to do business here in real estate. So first, let's get to the market. Overall, prices are up year over year, 6.1% in the DC metro area. And that generally applies here to Montgomery County. Again, real estate is very, very local. So some neighborhoods do better than others, but overall, we're holding up. A lot of people thought things were going to go down because interest rates went up and there weren't going to be any buyers. There aren't as many buyers, but there aren't as many people selling properties either. And unless that changes, we're still going to be sort of in that stalemate. And rates have come down, and for those of you who have 2.5% or 3%, or 3.5%, 6.5% doesn't sound that good, but it does to people who were looking at 7.5% just a few months ago. And if they go down closer to 6%, then that could push more buyers out. And I don't see a lot more inventory coming up on the market from single family homes, and that could be a problem. That could force more offers per property listing for sale. Now, my brokerage, we have over 400 agents, we get this data, and so we're always able to kind of look at it and see what's going on. A little bit skewed because it's the end of August, but last week it was just an average of one offer per property. So that is not what it was in the summer, where it's around average about 1.5 offers per property. But we'll be able to keep analyzing that, and I will share that data with you monthly. And that's it for that. So we'll see what happens. Politically, a lot of things going on too. So a little bit of uneasiness in the markets and what happens, and data coming out, then data changes. So what is big though is the real estate change that just came about over the summer because of a massive lawsuit. And here's the crux of it. And the way things were done in the past was, if you were selling a home, if I was selling a home for you, right, we would allocate anywhere between 5 and 6% to market the home. Included in that marketing would be everything I would do with videos, pictures, photos, advertisements, whatever, everything involved, all my time to bring that thing home to the settlement table and net you the highest amount of money. And the fundamentals of that will never change. The preparation, the pricing, and the promotion. That's enabled me to sell every single property I've ever put on the market, except for one. And those people know who they are. They decided to stay in the home, and I was happy that they decided to after we put it on the market. So it was. I find that good news when you get to stay where you want to stay. But that's not going to change. What has to change now, though, is that allocation of 5 or 6% also included money for a buyer's agent, because we wanted to attract as many buyers. And good buyer's agents would have clients that they would bring in, and they have to get paid too. So this lawsuit says, nope, can't do that anymore. You cannot share any amount that you will pay with a buyer's agent publicly. So the MLS system can no longer have that. So every buyer's agent is coming in, they're looking for properties, they're helping clients. They're kind of going in blindly now. They have no idea if there's any commission allocation for them. So the other part of this lawsuit basically says we have to have, for them, as they say, as a buyer's agent coming to me for the property that I'm selling for you, they have to have in writing an agreement that says exactly what they're going to get paid, and they can only get paid that amount. So if they put down 3% and they're thinking hopefully they can negotiate, which is part of it, they can negotiate as part of the offer to the seller and the seller's agent that they have a commission allocation in there. And so, again, it comes down to getting the highest net sales price. But they have to have that in writing with their buyer before they go see one property. One property. Not on property number 2, not on number 5, not on number 7, or whatever it is. They have to have it in writing from the beginning. So that's the big change. So there's a little bit of kind of unknown, like walking through a door, like what's going to happen for some people. We will have a better idea in maybe 6 months, especially a year, when we find out from the data, because we collect it all internally. Over 400 agents, the same way we do with the number of offers per property listed and sold. to, we're going to see how many sellers are actually allocating commissions for buyer's agents. But for now, that's going to change things. It doesn't change anything from you, for me, for you when I'm helping you to sell the property. We're still going to prepare the property, and for many of you, you've entrusted me to bring in contractors in advance. We put down budgets, and you said, hey, you know what you're doing, Mark? Handle everything. And I mean, sometimes $50,000, $60,000 to get a property that needed that upgrade to get ready, and you entrusted me. That's not going to change. To get that sweet spot pricing and then the promotion I would do, all the videos and stuff like that, that's not going to change. So that doesn't change. What will happen is on the back end though, if we're going to have an allocation for a buyer's agent commission, we'll just keep that privately and wait for the offers to come in, and then we'll negotiate that. Again, with the goal of getting the highest net sales price. On the buyer's end though, let's say I'm working with someone that you referred, or you're getting ready to buy a new place. Well, we have to have that agreement in place. Now, some of you referred people to me, children, family, that they were new out of college, new to work, they had limited funds. So let's say I'm working with them, and now it's very tight to get into a property. And we put that allocation down at 3%, but the seller, in the end, we can only negotiate. Remember, we can negotiate this, but in the end, we can only negotiate 1% commission from the sellers towards my services. Well, I am not going to allow them to not get that property because of that. So what we have put into the agreement that must be signed before we go see one property is the ability to cap the amount for the buyer in case there's a situation like that. So it's a protection, right? In the end, I think no one believes that anyone should be working for nothing, but they just want this stuff in writing so that there's no way of anyone saying they didn't know, all right? So I hope that puts some clarity to this, and if you have any questions, please call or message me, 240-687-2650. Please, I urge you to share this with family, friends, any people on your list so they can understand it fully, and I'm happy to dive deeper into this if I didn't get the message clearly through in terms of how it's going to work. Again, the goal in the end for anybody who I'm working with to sell a property is to net the highest amount with the best terms, period, end of story. And for a buyer, is to help them to get the property that they want with the best terms at the best price. I will always do that. That's never going to change. So I hope you have a great Labor Day weekend, and I look forward to hearing from you anytime. I love to hear from you. So take care. Have a great weekend. Talk with you soon.